An assault can make you feel afraid, but for this woman, it marks the beginning of something much darker. Anna is walking through the streets of Paris when, suddenly, a young man runs toward her. He snatches her purse away and disappears into the darkness, leaving her stunned and not fully understanding what just happened. Several strangers quickly approach, help her up, and ask if she's okay. Amid the commotion, a young woman with a sense of justice decides to take action. She runs after the thief, taking shortcuts, and follows him through several streets. He ends up in a dead-end street with the girl right behind him, so he finally gives up. Reluctantly, he hands the purse to the young vigilante who catches up to him, defeated by the lack of escape. Minutes later, Anna gets her purse back from the girl, but her face shows no relief. She looks downcast. When she returns to her building, Anna has a glass of wine with her neighbor. He listens attentively as she recounts what happened, speaking slowly and gesturing precisely. Later, in a recording studio, she prepares for a film voiceover session. Her colleague takes advantage of the pretext of realism, tries to kiss her, and touches her aggressively. Anna pulls away, outraged, and makes it clear to him that this kind of approach has no place in her work or her life. Still upset, Anna talks to the studio director and explains what happened in detail. The director, trying to calm things down, asks her to go back inside so they can resolve the situation together. Anna manages to stay calm, but only with effort. But she doesn't give in. She states that she will not share a booth with that colleague again. That night, back at home, the impact of the robbery becomes more apparent. Every creak, every faint sound in the darkness of the apartment turns into a possible threat. To regain some control, she improvises a system. She ties a cord from the front door to her bedroom and hangs small bells that jingle at any movement. It might seem excessive, but that homemade method helps her try to sleep. Alert to any threat. Days go by and Anna visits her psychiatrist. She seeks a medical certificate to excuse her from her responsibilities. She needs a break and expresses it frankly. She says she doesn't feel well and that her emotions are still unsettled. The doctor doesn't give her the document. Instead, he tells her there's a young man who is part of a social welfare program, and he thinks it's a good idea for Anna to teach him how to act. Anna resists, but the psychiatrist doesn't give her a choice. He stands up and opens the door. In the hallway, the young man waits, and the doctor kindly introduces him. Anna remains motionless. It's the same guy who stole her wallet a couple of nights ago. His name is Adrian. Even so, Anna accepts the task. She decides to use a room in her house to teach Adrian how to vocalize and act for the theater. That room, which seems to have been her son's, has been closed for a long time, filled with memories and emotional dust, with gentle movements. She removes objects, cleans corners, and makes space for a table, some chairs, and the scripts. When Adrian arrives at the building, everything is ready. The neighbor, always watchful and somewhat suspicious, accompanies him to the door, his glances openly showing his mistrust. Anna opens the door and welcomes them, trying to keep a neutral tone that doesn't betray the storm inside her. The atmosphere is restrained. Once inside, Anna starts the first lessons without wasting any time. She talks to him about posture, breathing, and memorizing the script. She suggests vocalization and rhythm exercises. Adrian listens, but his eyes drift toward his teacher's figure. He looks her up and down with an interest that goes beyond the academic. She keeps the class disciplined, while he barely hides his fascination. Attention settles in the silences, waiting for a gesture. In the next class, Adrian seems more focused, though he lets slip mischievous smiles. They rehearse a couple of scenes and pause to work on inflections and pauses. When Anna goes to the kitchen to prepare something, he wanders around the living room as if it were his own home. Anna climbs onto a small stool to reach the cigarettes she hid at the top of the cupboard. At that moment, Adrian discreetly leans in to look under her skirt. Anna turns around just in time and ruins his attempt with a simple movement. She doesn't say anything, but her gesture reveals that she noticed. A tense silence fills the kitchen, and the boundaries are drawn without words. It doesn't take long for the relationship to extend beyond the lessons. Soon they're walking through the park, holding hands like a couple discovering the world with laughter and knowing glances. Their steps fall in the same rhythm, as if they had crossed an invisible line from which there is no turning back. Back at the apartment, Adrian comments that he finds some objects adorable. Anna doesn't feel flattered. She looks sad, uncomfortable, overwhelmed. He suggests that she could get rid of the things if they cause her pain, as an easy way out. Anna presses her lips together and absent-mindedly stirs the pot in the kitchen. Adrian comes closer, hugs her, and holds her. And she, weighed down by the confession she's been avoiding, gives in and tells him that those objects belong to her son. He took his own life. The wound is still open. And the room feels heavy again. From that moment on, the relationship moves quickly, disproportionately. Adrian lifts her up in his strong youthful arms, holds her, and carries her around the house. Anna lets herself go, as if she were recovering. Lost emotions. Surrender becomes a refuge. Over time, Anna starts to notice the differences. Starting with the age difference, she finds Adrian with two friends from his own generation, and he acts distant, indifferent to the compliments and gestures of intimacy he shares with her. Puzzled, she sits on the stairs to try to fit into that space, but Adrian makes it clear that he doesn't want to share that world with her. The boundary is set. And the air grows cold amid youthful laughter. When Anna insists on a direct explanation, Adrian reacts impulsively and violently. He spits in her face without thinking. Rebellion erupts without a filter, revealing the most conflicted side he carries within. No sooner has he done it than he sinks into regret, shame, and anger at himself. He drinks too much. He collapses in front of Anna's building and rings the buzzer over and over, crying and begging her to let him in. She, fed up. She starts packing her bags. She declares that she will not allow him to humiliate her or drag her down with him. The decision takes shape, even though the bond resists being broken. Despite her initial determination, Anna ends up giving in, driven by compassion, habit, or a bond she doesn't know how to break. Almost without planning it, they set off for another city, searching for fresh air and distance from the recent chaos. The move promises relief, but it also drags along what hasn't been resolved. They arrive in a coastal area. Bright and open, they walk along the sea, eat in small restaurants, and let themselves be enveloped by the summer rhythm. For a moment, calm seems possible, as if the landscape could soothe Adrian's restless impulse. But he goes back to his old ways, stealing desserts from a pastry shop and taking an abandoned suitcase from the hotel entrance. Shortly after, he throws the suitcase from the balcony of a room and its contents spill out uncontrollably. The mess draws attention, and the afternoon breaks into voices. Taking advantage of the confusion, with guests crouching down to pick up items and others helping the owner, Adrian manages to keep one of the necklaces for himself. He gives it to Anna as if it were a romantic gesture, oblivious to the consequences. That gift soon becomes a problem. Meanwhile, Anna enters a casino with the idea of gambling to get some money, while Adrian watches nervously from across the street. The police enter the place and pulses quicken. The officers approach Anna and arrest her for wearing a stolen necklace around her neck. During the interrogation, Anna tells what she knows. She says that a young man gave her the necklace and describes Adrian precisely, but without mentioning his name. With that information, the police begin searching for everyone who fits the description. The net widens and the minutes grow tense. A lineup is organized with 5 suspects, including Adrian. Following procedure, Anna points to the boy who gave her the necklace. She stands firm before the lineup. Then she returns home accompanied by her neighbor, who helps her recover after the ordeal. But when she enters her room, she finds Adrian there, smiling at her as if nothing had happened. Maybe she pointed to the wrong young man. And so Anna has ruined another boy's life just to protect and stay with Adrian. If you don't want me to ruin your life too, click on another video.